So guys, it turns out that we did it. I mean, we lost the texture of the ears. Why? Because I forgot to save it after we finished it. I saved it in the beginning, so we have now ears, but it's completely white. So we will again kind of go through this process, which will be interesting. Now, I'll go to the brush here on the top. Then I'll select this color with S. Select it from here, pretty huge. And then I will start drawing on the ear itself like this. Draw again, like this. And then I will smear it, but here. Let's smear it in this area because it's far more productive to smear it here with the smear brush, which is the finger. My finger is on the bottom. Yeah, Chemical Brothers, pretty nice. By the way, what is this? This is the back side. This is the front we are doing, and the other one is the back, of course. So, yeah, I like a little bit more to go into this part here. Maybe I will select this color, and let's go here, select this color with S, and then drawing here, just to have nice, also here a little bit, and then in the back I'll put some color too, and then smear everything. Should be okay. And of course, if you want to smear or kind of smear between the where the UVs are, you have to go here in the 3D mode, not in the UV mode, because yeah, and that's why it's kind of laggy, most likely. Let's Control Tab and Alt Tab, Alt Tab again, and we wait a little bit. Hopefully it will not crash because we don't do anything that much. I mean, yeah, we have to do it here. I forgot. We have to do it with short strikes, short strokes, little by little. If we try to do it more invasive, obviously we got this, and we have to wait now. Now it's okay. I am so pleased that it doesn't crash. So we have lost like 5 minutes of texturing, which is not a big deal at all. But sometimes when you work and you lose like 1 hour or more, it's very painful. So don't forget to save. Don't forget, for example, you see image here, it has asterisks near it. If I press save all images from this area here, the asterisk should disappear. Yes, now it disappeared. Also, I can save image from here. Save as or just save, you can save it. When I start working on it, the asterisk will again appear because we have changes that we haven't saved. So unsaved changes, asterisk there. And I think this could work, so I will save all images. Hopefully it will be okay. And we will continue working on our cleaver. By the way, it's starting to look nice. The cleaver, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go Tab and then press 1. Of course, I want to select both of those. Yeah, so if I want to select, of course, from here, I will select only one vertices. And I will go. If I want to select the other two, I will press Shift Z. Then go like this. It's a little bit, you know, but still cool. If we have to, we have to, you know. I will move this also up. And since I know our mouse hand is pretty small, so I will make this handle very, very much smaller. Much smaller, as you can see. And I will move it inward here. And upward like this. It should be fine like this, okay. Now, what else? I want to move this a little bit more back. And this looks kinda nice. Now, we have to think about how to subdivide it, and also we have to think for the handle. So, Let's go Shift Z again to show everything. And I will select this, 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 and this, and this. And I will make a handle. But let me think. Maybe I can select only those. And Shift D. And then move them a little bit. Let's press the right mouse button. They will be in the same position. And now I will extrude them with E. Or, even better, I can just make them a different object, because it will be easier. If I extrude them, let me show you how what will happen if I extrude them. I will move it a little bit. So if I press E and then extrude them, then in the inner part, here it's good. Sometimes in the inner part here, it doesn't make a face, which is bad. But in this case, we have a face there, which is great. So I press L and then move this inward, and then I will scale it, and I have to again move it inward like this with the gizmo, and then I will select those edges. I'll scale them like this, and you see we have a nice looking handle. Also, I will select this edge and move it forward, and probably this edge too, and move it backward. So this is kind of a two scales of our handle. And what we can do is, where is our... let's see everything. Okay, we have this guy here. So I'll go to Tab to go out of object mode. And I will take this guy, press Tab, and just move it here, back. Then I'll press S to scale. And then I will increase the size of it a little bit like this. I'll move it, scale it again, and move it again like this. It should be very close to the end here. And I will Shift D to duplicate it and put it like this. So this will be what? Our... the rivets that are holding the handle to the main part of our cleaver, which is interesting. So now, those rivets, of course, we will go and add mirror modifier. We'll go to the wrench, add mirror modifier. Hopefully it's okay, it's okay. And if we have moved them and duplicate them in edit mode, the mirror modifier would work fine. If we have moved them in the object mode, then the mirror modifier should be problematic. And then you should go Control A, apply all transformations, and then the mirror modifier should work absolutely fine. So now let's try and put subdivision surface modifier, increase the size to like 3, and then we have to go Tab, and then we have to, let me try now, press 3 to have the face select this face and this face with Shift, then press 2, and then you will be now selecting the whole of this edge loop, and then we'll press Shift E and then start moving until it's not, I want it to be 0.9, okay, 0.9 is okay for this object. It doesn't look super nice. Let me increase the size. Yeah, probably we should do something else. We should press 3 again and then press I and pull it inward like this. Then maybe a little bit outward. Let's see. Looks great. I is inset. So with I you can inset. Not insect, inset. And if I select like this, for example, with my face select active, I double click on this edge and it selects all the edge loop like here, you see? If I select double click here, it will select the other one. So it depends where we click. So now this, if I want to inset, I will inset like this. But if I want to select each individual item, individual face, I have to press I just one more time. And then I will be able to inset each individual face. I, and then I, and then I. So once I, forever I. I will press escape and not select them, and it's fine now. So I have made this. Let's go to the cleaver, by the way. Press tab, go to the cleaver, press tab again, press tab again. Amazing. Okay, and now let me think how we can do it. Okay, probably we will need some adjustment, but we will put the subdivision surface. Go to like 4, and now start to make sharp angles. Go to 2 to angle, to edge, and with shift start selecting the edges that we want to sharpen. And I want basically all the outer edges to be sharp. So now I think we have selected all those outer edges, and now I will press here. I will go and I will try to go in here with shift to select this little edges and this one here too. It's difficult to select it, it's very small, so I have to go in near and here also. And now I'll press Shift E and just move it until it's like 0.7. I think it's fine. In this case, it's pretty good. So also this edge I want to sharpen, so Shift E and plus 0.8 should be good. And also we have to select this if we can. Let's press L and select all of it. And then I want to select just the inner part. Let's try with H. Okay, Shift H. Okay, what's happening here? Alt H. Yeah, this is about selection. So I'm trying to select only this object, which is this one, L. So Alt H, no, Shift H, yeah. So Shift H will isolate my selection within the object, because we are in one object, but we have the handles inside. So now I will be freely able to go to 3, select those, go to 2, and deselect those inner just, and now I have only the outer selected. The other way, if you have a lot more polygons and you want just the borders to be selected, you can select like this, for example, without those. So like this, and then you have to go to where? I think it was select loops, select boundary loop, and you see now only the border is selected. It's a little bit of a trick. So Shift E and then increase the size of it. Okay, it's not gonna work. We have to also include those into this sharpen. So Shift E, increase them, and now it's amazing. We can also sharpen just a little bit this loop and this loop. So Shift, double click here, and then Shift E, and just sharpen, not so much, just tiny bit, just a little bit. And then how do we show everything? I think Alt H, yes, Alt H. I don't use that often, this function, so with Tab we see the whole cleaver. It's looking fine. I dig it. I dig the cleaver. Why do you dig the cleaver? What's happening here? Why are you digging this cleaver? But it's looking fine. Now I will put materials on it. We have time? Yes. Okay. Let's go to Material tab. Let's go to Add Metal Material. And then we will press plus to add another material here, which we will add to... Oops. Okay, we want the handle, so I'll press Tab. I will select only the handle, and I will add new material, which will be, for example, wood. Oops. Let's say it's wood. The basic color of this material will be like this. No. It will be more brownish and dark, like this. It will not be having too much specular. Roughness will be okay. And I will assign it to this part. Hopefully it will work. Let's see. Yeah, it works. So this is metal. The whole cleaver is metal, and only this part is kind of a woodish. Then I will go back here and select the metal material for the rivets, and we are kind of done. Of course, we are not done. We need to try to make a little bit better metal, for example. And of course, we will not be able to make, it's not of course, but we will not be able to make the best metal ever. Let's go to the metal. Metallic is on 100%, it's okay. We don't have a good thing here, but let's go to shading. And yeah, the shading comes from some kind of a HDR here in this mode, which is a material preview. If we go to our normal preview and turn on our camera and lights, it's again not the worst, but not the best. So for this metal material, by the way, if we select and we go to object and slot 1 metal, okay, now we want for the, let me see, for the roughness slot, we want to put, because the roughness, if it goes down, it gets more metal. For the roughness slot, we can put a texture. How to do this? Let's try. So I will go here. What is this, by the way? This window is the shading. Shading, you can kind of do some things here with the materials. You can put some nodes. For example, for the base color, we can put a texture. We will put a texture node here, and we basically will, so Shift A again, like always, add is Shift A. Here, the menu is different, but it's still Shift A. And then I go to search and press texture, and then image texture, it's here. So image texture, and I will press open and select my metal texture. Let me see if I have a metal texture to select from. Yes, I have one. And since it's from the internet, I think it's not paid, so I will basically take it and put it. I'm working in my other monitor, so you don't see it now. I place it in the project file folder. So from there I will take, so open project files, and it's this photo something JPEG, and I put it here, and the color of it I will connect it to the roughness. Looks amazing, right? Yeah, and we have to basically regulate it somehow, but it looks amazing. So the roughness, if we put it not to the roughness, but to the specular, and we erase it from the roughness. I'm not sure how to erase exactly, but we have to try. We have one menu here, which we can get, and we can basically go here, links cut, and just cut the links to the roughness. And it will link only to the specular now, the color, and the specular is not going to change too much. So the roughness will be the better thing. I will cut it again and then link to the roughness. And this looks amazing. By the way, do we have... we don't have UVs, I think, for this. Let's go to UV editing. And why are our ears selected now? What's happening here? It's... Sometimes these things are amazing. So I will select our cleaver. It's selected. We go to UV editing and press this button to show everything. And you don't see which button, but you know, the question mark button. Let me press N. Okay, screencast case on. Okay. And then we will select the cleaver itself. Select A to select everything. And just press U, of course. And Smart UV Project. I will increase this to like 80. And here I will increase this to 0.3. Island margin. So between the islands of the UVs, to have a little bit of a distance, and I press OK, and it's super quick, and we have it. And you see, this is only half of it because the other half is mirrored, so it's okay. And we have it, and probably now the texture will be a little bit different. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little bit better, I think. Yeah, and here we will not go through a lot of things. I will try to see how we can kind of decrease the intensity of this texture. So we will have to put some node in here, but I don't know exactly which node. So maybe it will be some mathematical node. Let me think. I'm just thinking because I don't use that much yet. Shader, mix shader. Sometimes a mix shader is pretty much very used. So from shader, this. But other than that, we have to see what will happen here. Color, bright contrast. We can use that, by the way. Yeah, brightness and contrast. And we can drag it into this thing and it will go inside. And then brightness. You see how it changes a lot. We have to be careful with this. Contrast down. If we go down with the contrast and the brightness goes to like 0 or 0.1 or shift, yes, 0 will be fine, I think. Okay, 0.01. Ah, nice. And now it doesn't look like metal at all, which is strange. If we increase the specular though, nothing is happening. But at least it's not that bad. I mean, now I will decrease the contrast. Okay. And yeah, something like this. It's not very nice looking, yes, I know, but still, it's the best we have now. So it's fine. Yeah, and it will be nice if we have here on the blade itself some different things, of course. But you know, for now, Blender is not exactly perfect for texturing, and also I haven't gone this deep into the texturing in Blender. So yeah, I use Substance Painter, and there the things are much easier. So now, if we want to take this cleaver and put it behind the mouse, for example, what we have to do? We have to select it. We have to apply most of the mirror. Why don't apply subdivision? Apply. Then we go to the rivets and apply and apply. And then we select both of them with shift. So select this and the rivets and this. And then Control J. And you don't see this. So I will Control Z and go again and try to show my keys. Okay, now let me show Control J. So Control J, you see it here, yes. And now they are one object. And now they don't have modifiers, they are one object, so we can go rotate whatever. Ooh, they're not one object. What's happening? Control J. Now they have to be one object. And now we can rotate and place it wherever we please. Rotate with R. Of course, I'm rotating and my point of rotation now it's here, down here. So I'll go right button, set origin, origin to geometry. And now my point of rotation will be in the middle point around the geometry. So now I'll put it around here, behind our guy. And we will name this cleaver. Oops. And if we want, we can click here on the object, press F2 and name it cleaver 1, for example. And then it's cleaver 1. And we have this cleaver, which is amazing. I can show you, of course, how to make, let's say, what? A sword. But I don't think it's necessary. The cleaver, the sword, you will make it kind of the same way. Although, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we should concentrate on making the things that we have to make and that we haven't have yet. And also rigging and stuff like this. We don't have what? We don't have fur. So for the fur, I'm a little bit, you know, confused. Do I make the fur? Because the fur will look good only in Cycles render. In Cycles render, let me show you Cycles render. So we go to this TV here, and now we are on Eevee render. If we go to Cycles and press F12 to render, F12 is the short key, you see how long it takes for this to render. I mean, it's not immediate, because Eevee is immediate. Cycles looks better because it has some ray tracing and stuff like this, and it looks generally better, but it's not immediate. And then if you want to make a turntable for your model, it will take a long time, because each frame of this turntable, for example, turntable will be 60 or more frames, of course, maybe 100 frames. And each frame will take you around 20, not 20 minutes, let's say 2 minutes to load. So it will be like 3 hours rendering time, which sometimes is fine. But I'm not sure this will be worth it. Of course, if you want, you can always go to cycles and render your thing in cycles. It will be okay. I will get out of this. But in Eevee, let's press F12 to render. You know, it looks decent. It's not bad. Although this darkenings here around the eyes doesn't look perfect. But whatever. It's okay. Volume. What's this? Oh, no, this is something open. So I'm just checking what we have. Irradiance volume. Let's place this irradiance volume around the eyes. S to scale it. I don't know what I'm doing here because, you know, I'm just testing. So F12. It's not changing anything. Maybe we have to distance, intensity to 3. Ooh, 3 is the best intensity. No, maybe we should have some option enabled or whatever, I'm not sure. But this irradiance should imitate a bouncing of polygons. It should bake them. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, we are too long in this clip. I will make more tests. For now, bye and see you in the next one.